And we are back.
Oh man, the kid in his candy store.
Uh-oh. We're back with number 284.
Wow. It's amazing.
We're getting close to 300, man. We are getting there. So
we're gonna
appreciate all the people that have been watching. Over the years, we seem to have kept a lot of the same people, which is great. So I'm glad to see everybody here. Let's see who's here so far that I can see. Tony Clem is here. Our good friend Damian Hair Metal is here. What's up, guys? Shannon Fry of the Mighty Avenger of Blood. And those are who've commented so far. We've got more than that watching. That's just the ones who've commented. So if anybody else is watching and commenting and you want to shout out, make a post. AVJR, there he is. Springfield, what's up? So anyhow, we have a guest on today. As soon as he gets logged in, he's not here yet. But we're just doing a topic. It's going to be a general one. We're just going to be talking about metal and rock, kind of the stuff that we got, stuff we're listening to. Just very open. I got a question that somebody posed to ask you guys to see what you guys thought. So I thought it'd be great if we had 5 guys on here to answer that question. But Stevie Weavy's not here yet. I don't know where he's at. So he was supposed to be here. He may have gotten held up at work or something. He works for the federal government, so there's that. And if the government shuts down, tomorrow? Gosh, I feel bad.
That's such a bunch of crap, and I don't want to politicize anything, but they don't. All that is posturing. Those yahoos aren't going to shut the government down. I tell you what, if they shut the government down, they stop their paycheck stops.
Theirs don't.
How about that?
It should be like that, but theirs don't. Yeah, we shouldn't get on politics here because that'll just piss me off.
Yeah.
And here's Brandon.
What's going on?
Brandon?
Sorry, some technical issues. Nice.
That's all right. We're still missing Steve too, so when Steve shows up, we'll bring him on.
I think we all have had some technical difficulties today for some strange reason. Kind of weird.
Yeah, we got our George G checking in. What's up, George?
Right on.
Patch from Ireland checking in. What's up, Mr. Pickle? What's up?
We are international. Right on.
Yes, we are international today. Right on.
Hey, Brandon, what's up? How's your day?
Going good. I've just been making some content, hanging out, had my day off, so
perfect.
Yeah, hanging out.
My boss doesn't give me days off. My boss is an ass. He never gives me any days off.
Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us today. So. I'm sure you've got wild content to distribute over our massive listening audience. But anyway. So
I'll take anyone I can get. It'd be nice to get my viewer count from 4 to 5. So I'm always here for it.
Tony Clem says my brain is as a technical difficulty. Well, I know that feeling. I do know that feeling all too well. Unfortunately,
He's got 5 viewers. Wow.
Yeah.
What the heck, man?
Not to brag or anything.
Yeah, we need to catch up and everything. We'll catch up eventually. Anyhow, let's get into shout outs. We'll start with Kev. Kev, you got anything you want to shout out before we get into it? I mean, I know we're going to be showing new stuff, so I'm sure you don't want to talk about that, but anything else you want to talk about before we get going?
It's just been kind of nice up here, but a little bit overly warm for this time of year, but we'll take it anyway because the white stuff isn't far away.
And we've had the opposite problem here in the deserts of New Mexico. It's been cool here in the 80s. This is very cool for us. So
I'll be down that way here in probably February, Arizona.
Oh, you're going down there? What part of Arizona are you going to?
I'm not exactly sure. It's where my sister and her husband go every winter. But
cool. We'll have to hook up later and talk about it because if you're close enough, maybe we can meet up.
It's the only time of year you'll be able to go from 60 below to 60 above in less than 24 hours.
Absolutely.
You can go to 60 below to 60 above in Arizona by itself, man.
No, that's true.
It's like a 1 hour drive from Phoenix to Flagstaff, man, and it's like 2 totally different climates. Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we had a wild hair and just jumped in the car and drove to Tulsa. Creeper was playing a show up there at a little place called Badass Renee's Bar and Grill or something up in Tulsa, and we just thought, what the heck? It's 4.5 hours, not too bad. So we rolled up there, and I think we doubled the audience. by showing up, Steph and I. But it was cool. It was cool to go up there. Those guys, the beauty of Creeper is if there's 5 people or 50,000, they're going to really bring it with both barrels. So that's all really.
From what I heard of some of the tracks, they sound amazing.
Yeah, they started doing when they did a show kind of on I think it was Independence Day on July 4th. They or that weekend anyway. They pulled one out of the fire. They've never done a cover tune, and they did "Blind in Texas" by Wasp.
Wow, what a great song to cover from them.
Yeah, and I thought, man, that actually sounds, should I say, better than the original? I don't know. I just did so it inspired me to do a covers episode of the Alter Ego on 128 dB Rock, and I don't know, man, it's pretty cool. And I think that there's rumors that they might do a Sweet Leaf by Black Sabbath or a song by Fastway. Say What You Will.
Oh,
that'd be a cool one to do too.
Yeah, those are good ones to do. But anyway, they're excited about the new release. The party's on Halloween, so that's going to be a wild one. Oh, there it is. Test pressing. And
hopefully they'll have the CD and the vinyl for that show. We'll see. I mean, we're pushing the envelope with the Halloween release, but the CD won't be a problem, but the vinyl might be.
Well, they're pretty stoked about the whole thing, and it's finally kind of a culmination of 20 years of hard work. And we'll see what happens in the winter when we hit the road. And
they're starting to get some press.
Yeah, I saw that. They're very deserving, and like I said, they're not typically what I would listen to, but they're good enough to where they're exciting to go see, and I absolutely have to have the release in my hands. So,
yeah, they kind of remind me of Pantera, but like power metal and Cowboys from Hell era Pantera with maybe a bit more groove. I don't know. It's definitely has a Pantera vibe.
Wait till you hear some of their newer stuff, like Push It, and it's more riff oriented. And Jimmy and Paul are brothers, and all they do is sit there and tinker on guitar, back and forth, and have done it for their whole lives. And it's really starting to show in the music. So I don't know. It's a cool vibe, and I can't wait for other people to hear it because they're actually really good. And it's not the fact that it's. I mean, Tex Duncan, the lead singer, is now my brother-in-law, so I have to be nice because it's family, but I don't really have to be nice musically. But they're good. I like them,
and their recording is amazing. Amazing recording quality.
Yeah. Carrie did a nice job, and Sterling did a great job with the drums and pushing past all the other stuff. Man, it's going to be a killer. It'll be worth having in your collection just for the sonic quality.
Yep. Can't wait to check that out.
Yeah. Well,
sorry,
you might wind up with a copy, Brandon. You just never know.
Yeah, you know my address, man.
Sure do.
Hey, Brandon, before we get into the show and into the John's picks for the week, you got anything you want to shout out or say before we get into the topic?
Anything I want to shout out? There's this band in LA. They're like a thrash metal band, Mortalis. I'm friends with them. They just got a new singer, and I know who it is. It's going to be announced soon. Really good thrash metal from LA. They're like in their 20s, solid stuff, very underrated. They're on Spotify, everything. But off the top of my head, that's about it. I'm excited to get into some of the vinyl because I just got this. I was at Purchase Street Records and a few other stores yesterday.
Right on.
I have a massive haul here.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm gonna do my shout out now. We'll get to your picks, John, but I'm gonna shout out hockey season's here. The only sport I give two craps about, and I got my Flyers Eddie shirt on.
That's awesome.
We're actually headed to the American Airlines Center and going to watch the Avalanche and the Stars this Saturday.
And who will you be cheering for?
I have to say the Avalanche, but
okay,
I have to say the Avalanche. Hi, honey.
For me, it'd be neither one of those teams, but that's
yeah,
they're not teams I hate. I mean, if it was like I don't know, the Ducks versus the Pittsburgh
Penguins.
Yeah, the Penguins. If it was those two teams, I would cheer for the roof to cave in.
Wow.
I kid, of course. I'm just not a fan of those two teams.
All we have here are mild, so.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We actually just got a new professional team here in New Mexico. They're called the Goat Heads. They just announced the name yesterday.
I saw that. The killer graphics.
That's awesome.
I'm like, that's gonna.
Yeah.
What are they? What are they in? Kind of a minor league?
Yeah, it's a minor league out of from I believe Dallas is the supporting team. So the Stars. But in any case,
they're a farm team for Dallas.
All right, well, let's get into the pick of the week.
Ooh.
Oh, people don't want your picks of the week. Sorry,
yeah,
dude.
well, they're gonna want this. Okay, so. All right, I love that riff, man. I guess
it was badass.
Okay, so rock pick of the week and metal pick of the week. I've been on I had a chance to see Moss Generator. They Scooter and Tony flew down here from Seattle a couple weekends ago, not this past weekend, but the prior weekend. And we didn't get to talk about it, but they played a set at Ripple Fest, which is in Austin typically every year. I think this was 7 or 8, but some killer bands. I saw the return of the Mighty Mothership from here in Dallas. Woe Fat was there. I saw Kent. But I was there to see Moss Generator, and they drove down with Jono, the drummer, and then we took them back to the airport that same night. So we did a flip turn to Austin and back, and it was kind of fun. But anyway, so my rock pick of the week is Moss Generator. The name of the album is Time, 2 backslashes, and Wounds. And this is really ethereal, heavy rock. And Tony even writes on there, Time Wounds is 6 songs about the passing of time, the tolls taken by the pursuit of dreams, and the regret of opportunities not taken. So that's pretty heavy. And so that pretty much describes us to a T. There's some sweeping, quiet, ambient, acoustic moments, and then there's some heavy rock riffing going on. And once again, Tony Reed does no wrong with this great release. If you can find it, get it. It's kind of available, but if you need an insider track, I can actually get you one. Pretty.
And now we got what? That was the rock pick, right?
That was the rock pick.
And then we got the.
Okay. This is Oryx.
They gave them to me. I might as well use them.
Yeah, you might as well use them. This is Oryx, a band from Denver. They're part of the Denver heavy culture up there. This is called Primordial Sky. This is their most recent release. Steph and I saw them in Salt Lake City, of all places, at a place called the Aces High Saloon. It was a great little joint, and they were just an add-on because the show that they had scheduled to play had canceled on them. And so they were just sitting around going, what do we do? And they added them onto the show with Mortuous and Let Them Die, the death cover band. But anyway, they were phenomenal, and I couldn't wait for this to come out. They basically played this whole record start to finish as their set, and it wasn't available, so I bought their previous release, which is equally as good, but this thing is phenomenal. And so if you're into heavy doom riffing, and I mean skull crushing. In fact, Steph, who is a metalhead, said to me, she said, I think my soul just left my body. It was so loud and so heavy. So that's what you should expect with this record. It's doom, but it's got great riffs and it's got some solo stuff on it. It's not for the squeamish, though. This is really a great death doom record. So Oryx, Primordial Sky, and Tony Reed and Moss Generator with Time / Wounds. That's right.
There you go.
That's what'll happen to your
Mic
roof
drop.
when you listen to Oryx. You'll just fall in.
I got this one they gave us here that I don't know what to use it for. What is the point of that thing?
Any sexy album covers or something?
Yeah,
maybe.
There you go. Let Brandon figure that one out.
I guess. Right on. So let's get into it then. Let's. I guess we're just gonna. Actually, I have a question for you all before we start showing records, real quick.
Okay.
A friend asked me. He goes, "What would if go to mid-70s? Sabbath, Zeppelin, and Purple are touring together. Mid-70s. So this would be all those bands were in their height of success.
Okay.
Sabbath, Zeppelin, and Purple are touring together. Who's the headliner?
It has to be Zeppelin. Like Sabbath's my favorite band, but they're bigger.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard.
I
to
think,
say.
Like Sabbath is the better band out of all three, in my opinion. But
probably the heavier band.
If I were management, I would just say we'll just rotate every night.
That was my answer. I was like, well, just do like the Aerosmith Kiss tour and have Aerosmith and Kiss did every night. But I was like, he's like, nope, that's not it. You got to pick one. I'm like, my favorite of the bunch is probably Deep Purple because Ian Gillan is one of my favorite vocalists and Richie Blackmore is a guitar god. But I don't know. I think Zeppelin would be the one.
They actually started before everybody the other two bands, so they were around longer at the time. But as far as worldwide notoriety at that time, I would probably venture a guess it would have been Zeppelin.
Zeppelin, right? Yeah.
But,
for me, I'd go with Zeppelin.
But I love Deep Purple. I mean, that was one of the first two records I bought. Well, I bought 2 Black Sabbath records and 2 Deep Purple records in the first 6 albums that I ever purchased. So
mid-70s too, Sabbath would have been touring Sabotage, so that would have been just awesome. That's like peak Sabbath, honestly.
Yeah, they were. Who they toured with on that? Was this? No, that would have been 78 when they toured with Van Halen. So I don't know who they toured with in Sabotage.
Man,
Sabotage was 76, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, it would have been awesome to see. That would. Can you believe how awesome a show that would have been? Sabbath, Zeppelin, and Purple in their prime.
The best.
I did get to see Zeppelin though. I saw Zeppelin in Oakland when they were on their live tour with that was in 75, I believe.
Right on.
I saw him in 77 in Chicago. And
the Song Remains the Same tour, that's what it was.
Yeah. And
I'm just a little younger than you guys, so I'm a little too young to have saw Zeppelin before they disintegrated. I have seen Deep Purple and Black Sabbath many times with many different vocalists. So,
I mean, at that time I was like 16 years old, and I was in California like for my first time. And the guy asked me if I wanted to go, and I said, "Hell yeah, why not?"
Yeah, right. I would have.
Yeah.
My first concert was Aerosmith and Pat Travers, which was also when I was a teenager. But Aerosmith were on the Rockin' Hard Place tour, so it was Jimmy Crespo on guitar, not Joe Perry.
And that was hey, they were all right then. I mean,
they were great.
Yeah,
Crespo was Jimmy great.
Crespo was, see that in fact, Henry Vasquez and I were talking about this the other day. He goes, we were working over at the warehouse jam space, blah blah blah, and I think we both agree that Perry is not the greatest guitarist ever, but he's a good riff writer. He's a good songwriter. He's got a good feel. But I think as far as his playing goes, I mean, I think Jimmy Crespo was spot on. I thought he was great. I saw him on that tour too. But whatever, to each their own.
Well, let's
yeah.
I thought it was. I don't know. I thought it was a cool question. I didn't think it was enough to do a whole show on, but I thought it was a cool question to talk about. So
I don't know. We just took up 15 minutes talking about it.
Maybe.
But anyway.
All right, Brandon. You said you were excited. So why don't you go first? What do you got to show us? Oh,
Mike
lost him.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we'll keep talking till you're in. Just interrupt when you have sound. Excuse me. I got to meet Jimmy Crespo one time by accident. I went to gosh, it was in Vegas, and me and my buddy Trog, who I want to get on the show soon. We went out there and we saw we just see some band play that was just a covers band that's popular in the Vegas area, and the band starts playing, and I look up there and I'm like, that's Jimmy Crespo playing guitar with that cover band. He's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yeah, it is. So we waited for their first set to be over, and as soon as that set was over, man, both of us beelined it right towards him. Jimmy Crespo. He's like, yeah. I was like, man, it is really cool to meet you. He was a real nice guy. He was about yay tall. He might be the same tall as height as like Udo or maybe Dio. Yeah, he was pretty short, but he was a super nice guy. Handed us both guitar picks. So what a nice guy, man. I wish I would have had my Rock and Our Place record with me to have him sign it, but we just met him.
Wasn't he in Flame? He was in a band called Flame.
He was in Flame before Aerosmith. Yeah, and they put out 2 albums, which are great heavy 70s rock. Are you back, Brandon?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, so my mixer died. It's been a curse, I guess, tonight. But anyway, all right, I'm down to get into some vinyl. So just want to shout out Carcass John real quick. Excellent fucking release here. So spun this like 3 times since it came in, but so great. Shout out Pentagram as well. But all right. This is one I've been looking for forever. Sanguisuga Bog. Great EP, Pornographic Seizures. Amazing name. But
I don't have that. So what is the name of the band again?
Sanguisuga Bog.
Yeah.
Never heard of them.
Say that 3 times fast, man. I can't even say it 1 time slow.
Pornographic Seizures.
I'm gonna look up the album title. It's probably easier to find
the
the
EP. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I can spell Sanguisuga Bog for you, but
I got it. I wrote the name down. Pornographic
just
Seizures.
got Sad Wings also. Finally got a copy of this.
Is that an original pressing, or is it a reissue?
It's a second press, but still, sounds pretty good. Like
the Rock and Roll
originals
label?
are.
I mean, on the what label is it on? Does it say?
RCA,
It's
I think.
on RCA, yeah.
Oh, RCA. So it's a US pressing then.
Yeah, but I'll take it. It was like
I got it for
like
it's a great album.
$15.
Yeah, that's a good deal on that.
Yeah, this band gets a little bit of hate. I love them though. Laz Rocket.
Oh,
I love Rocket.
I think
That's a
this is
killer
like
album.
their best record. I really do enjoy it. Fire in the Hole, just great stuff. Super fucking underrated. I almost got to interview these guys once, but
So let me ask a question: that speed metal or thrash? I see people arguing all the time about Laz Rocket being one of the two.
I'd say speed metal. It's really hard to decide. It's so funny how much the scene hated them because they had that like really thrashy sound, but they dressed like a glam band, so everybody hated them. But still
So they
great
didn't play any shows with the Exodus.
No, Metallica
they would point out the posers or the hair metal dudes in the crowd and say, "Go thrash that guy." I mean, they would literally. I've seen it done with my own eyes. I'm just like, I wouldn't wear spandex to an Exodus show. I wouldn't wear spandex anyway. But anyhow,
I know Bailoff did that a lot. He would like point to people, and then he would wear like shirts as like tokens of like Kiss and Motley Crue shirts. Just fucking awesome. This is one I actually was really happy to find. Wasn't looking for it. Sentinel Beast.
Oh yeah, classic.
Fucking excellent on Metal Blade Records. It really sucks that I think this band broke up many years ago.
Yeah,
but
was that
the
singer's name was Dawn? Was that Dawn singing? What was her name? Oh man, it's gonna drive me crazy. I gotta look it up.
It's on the tip of my tongue, and I just won't pop out there. Don Crosby.
There you go.
Debbie Gunn on vocals.
Debbie Gunn. So she went on to. So Debbie Gunn went on to play with a bunch of other bands too. So she was in. What other band was she in? Oh, Snow White. That's the band I'm thinking of. She went on to be in Snow White.
Oh, I did not know that. That's cool.
Yep.
Wow.
Snow White is it with a Z?
All right, here's one TSOL. Fucking so glad I got this. on Posh Boy Records. Excellent pick.
I've got a few
Here's
TSOL
one-
records. Does anybody know what TSOL stands for?
True
I
Sons
actually
of
don't.
Liberty. True Sons of Liberty.
Oh, cool. You know, I never knew
There
that
we
for
go.
some reason.
Sounds of Liberty.
I thought I figured
right.
maybe it was shit out. You know, some T was something, and then the rest was shit out of luck. But you know,
No. True
It was-
Sounds of Liberty. Sorry.
I always thought it was like an NIB kind of thing where it never really stood for anything.
stood for
but,
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, it doesn't?
This,
I'm just kidding.
no, I think like Geezer, because it was like, what was it? Something in black is what everyone thought it was.
Activity in black was what everybody thought.
Yeah. And then Geezer's like, no, it doesn't really mean anything. But all right, here's one that's probably way out there, but Holst, The Planets. I know this is like a classical album, but listen to Lightning to the Nations, and there's literally riffs that are stolen from this album here. Mars, the Destroyer of Worlds, I believe, is the piece, but awesome stuff. I'm wrapping up here. Viagra Boys, Cave World, really awesome, like modern punk here. Some like synth used as well. Some like really heavy stuff. Great name too. Sir Lord Baltimore.
Oh, wow. You found that.
Finally,
classic.
fucking got a copy. This is an OG press. Sounds pretty great, even though it's a little beat, but hard to find. But
Yeah, they are.
I got a few connections, and last but not least,
Tommy
Tommy
Bolin.
Oh,
Bolin.
you're up Kevin's alley right there. That's his favorite
Absolutely.
artist.
That's
got
my
a promo right here.
that's my favorite of all the Bolins, or the two, I should say. But fantastic guitar work on there.
Excellent, so excellent, man, and it's my favorite record of his too. And he pretty much
Both
steals
is a phenomenal tune.
right, and Clapton steals one of the riffs off that for Cocaine.
Did
in
anybody
my
ever
opinion.
see him with Deep Purple?
I never did. No,
Never
Okay.
saw him. No.
I did, but and I was. It
I was
interesting.
kind of late though. I mean, I knew of Tommy Bolin with Teaser, and then Private Eyes. After that, he died and kind of went by the wayside. But then I found the Tommy Bolin archives, and I got all the Tommy Bolin archive CDs in my collection. But ever since then, I've collected everything he's ever put out.
Really,
fact,
just such an underrated guitarist.
I just
Did you see
finished
somebody-
up the Deep Purple 7-inch with Tommy Bolin.
So somebody actually put the name of that, the spelling of Senos Feli. Is that Seno Fali? Is that the band you were trying to spell?
No. Sanguisugabog.
No, no, it's Sangasugabog, SANGOB.
No, UI.
Yeah. It's Sang. It's SANG, and then look up death metal or something.
Sangui Suga Bog. BOGG at the
They're
end.
great, man. They're absolutely.
Their
killer.
new one is called Hateful something or other. That their new one is going to be. I've played it. I got a couple of promo tracks. Like here, check these out and see what you think. And I've already played both of them to death on the one on the Crypt on 128. So
Right on.
yeah,
Their new stuff is great. Pornographic Seizures, though, is just
it's
excellent.
blistering
Probably my
brutality.
Yeah.
It's pretty relentless.
Well, Kev, you got some stuff you want to show then?
I do.
Or- We're doing show and tell today.
Well, since we had mentioned Led Zeppelin, I had pre-ordered this, so I picked up this Led Zeppelin live EP off of Amazon, and it has classic tracks on here.
Thanks.
In My Time of Dying on
Thanks.
let's see what it is on the A side, and Trampled Underfoot, and it has Sick Again and Kashmir on the B side. But
Huh?
fantastic! I mean, the recording sounds really, really good. Of course, on the Swan Song label, of course, which is pretty nice. So I think you could probably go over there and still be there, but it's really a good album. I think most of that was recorded about 70, so early stuff. I got this yesterday. Picked up this.
Oh, nice.
Is it on Pink Vinyl?
Pardon me?
Is it pink vinyl or red vinyl?
Pink. Yep.
Is it a special pressing
It's
or is it an official release?
There's really no info on this.
yeah.
All
It's
it
a
has
special,
is the SL or the JSL 001. That's it.
yeah.
So it's a special pressing.
Yeah.
A really special pressing.
Yep.
Got this over at Rocket Rome. And then I
Yep.
picked up this Black Sabbath Paranoia Live.
That's cool. I have that. That's a good one.
I have that too. Excellent stuff.
And I mean, decent price. I mean, like I say, you got to be quick on it over at Rocket Rome, or these things are gone like that.
If we were playing trivia and everybody had the answer, we would call that a social. So that one's a social. We all have it.
And then I've been picking up some newer releases here. A band called Species. Aggressive, technical thrash metal. This is Changelings. This is their second album. They're out of Poland. I mean, are you guys familiar with Riverside? Progressive
California?
metal out of Poland too. There are similarities in here, but it changes so throughout the whole album. I mean, but it's a really, really good album. It's a what they say is a paranormal technical thrash odyssey imbued with alien progressivism and enigmatic death experience. So
are they like Vector? Vector meets
probably a little bit,
or...
probably a little bit, but I mean, I was really glad to pick this up, and I mean, this decent price. So I mean, it's what is it on? What is it? Oh, $20 Spin Records. I think you can actually get it out of the US. Those are a few of what I got.
Right on. John, you got something you want to show?
Of course. Anybody ever heard of Glowing Brain from Oakland, California?
Nope.
Nope.
What is it? Tell us about it.
It was such a cool tape because it's like a spark. I don't know if you can see that it's like a sparkly, blood splattered tape. And the explanation on the back says, "This is why I love Glowing Brain, because I love weed and I hate doom metal." So, but anyway, it's sort of punk meets doom. It's very strange, but very cool. And I had to get the sparkly blood splattered tape.
Isn't that what Saint Vitus was considered at one time back in the day? They were kind of like, everybody called them punk meets doom.
Yeah, kind of, and they were. I mean, if you harken back all the way to their Debris era, Debris was straight up punk rock. And but anyway, well, as I mentioned at the beginning, did I mention that? Yeah, we went to Tulsa this past weekend, and they have some pretty cool shops. There's a place called Studio Records that we went to, and it was a nice shop. At this place called Sunset Club Records has probably, I don't know, 10 to 15,000 cassettes. And
wow.
So I found some really interesting, cool cassettes, including the what was the D. Schneider movie? Is it Shadowlands? The really weird where he has the piercings in his face and oh gosh,
I've never even heard of this movie.
Hang on.
Oh, now we got dead air. All right, so we got it. We'll do the drum solo.
Going to the Criterion collection here.
Strangeland. Sorry, that's production value.
No worries, I filled it in with a drum solo. Oh, Strangeland with D. Snyder. Yeah.
That's what. Yes, I think I said that. But listen to this lineup: D. Snyder, Seven Dust, Megadeth, Pantera, Anthrax, Snot, Days in the Life, Cold Chamber, Bile, Marilyn Manson, Soulfly, Head P, Kid Rock, Clay People, System of a Down, Nashville, Crisis, and Twisted Sister. And it's in this like little cigarette pack. It's kind of fun.
That's cool. Yeah, I have the CD of that. I didn't know that existed.
But then we found, check this out. You never know where you're going to find stuff from home. This is Prophecy. They're a local death metal band from DFW. They've been around since 97. And guess what? Here's their first promo tape from 97. Actually, they've been around since 91. This was when they were doing the oh gosh, the underground. This is a track off the Underground compilation #1 and the Extremities magazine compilation. But anyway, there it was, just laying there, and I said, Steph, is that because we know these guys? And sure enough, there they were. I found a really unusual Jimi Hendrix. That's it's like a Spanish or an Italian pressing.
Oh, can you show me that again? I'm going to blow you up just for a second. What is the name? What's that name on the top there, right above Jimi Hendrix? What does it say?
It says Rock Storia e Musica. And that's so it's a.
Oh yeah, that's a tape soundtrack to a book, because there's one for, I have a couple of those. I have one for Aerosmith and I have one for Ted Nugent, and they're really cool if you can find the book that goes with it.
Yeah, I'm looking for a. I think this is an Italian pressing, but it's got Hey Joe, Foxy Lady, The Wind Cries Mary, If 6 Were 9, Bold as Love, Little Wing, Voodoo Child, Angel, All Along the Watchtower, Drifting, and Red House. And yeah, it's an Italian pressing. I couldn't pass it up. And then this one's for Brandon.
Here you go.
Nice.
Looks like that.
Yeah, that's that same label. It's Italian. This is a Black Sabbath Live. And it says it's been remastered. It says Live at Last. This is the one that everyone hated because it sounded so bad. But this one actually sounds pretty good. So the remastering must have done the trick. But as far as vinyl, man, I've been listening to a whole bunch of stuff because, and I should have shouted it out at the beginning, but Rodney Holder over at County Line Records, they sell records, tapes, CDs, but they also sell audio gear. And he wanted to start a vintage audio room. And I said, well, I've got a house full of vintage audio. How about if I just consolidate 12 or 14 systems that I have and turn it into one really, really awesome system? And so that's kind of what we're working on. So I've been listening to, well, once again, Moss Generator, Abyssinia. This is a Moss Generator. It's kind of a comp. I mean, anything you can grab from them is going to be good. And here's a real looker. This is Wood Rot. This is Tony Reed playing drums in a death metal band. And this is no joke. This is really killer. I've been playing it on the Crypt quite a bit. And here's
some cover.
Yeah, that's a weird cover, huh? Some artist in Seattle did that. Has anyone ever heard of The Quill?
Yes.
Nope.
Okay.
I have one of their albums.
They're a German band.
That album.
And this is like heavier than Soundgarden without all the whining. This is really, really good stuff. And Rodney over at County Line has these on sale for $10. And it's even got a CD of the album in there, and there's one called Earthrise that I'm gonna pre-order when I get the budget to do so, because it really sounds great. And then I hate to admit it, but I needed something to test out the new system, and this thing sounds so good that I had to play it. Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair. I'm sorry, it's good. Head Over Heels, I Believe, Shout, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. That and Janie's Got a Gun. Put those on. If you ever want to test your system, put those songs on there because they're sonically brilliant. Speaking of Aerosmith. And then I don't know, I got this one for the wife. It's a Halloween special, Rob Zombie Record Store Day glow in the dark vinyl. Let's see what else. Probably never heard of Molchat Doma. They're like a Russian synth pop band,
cool,
but more post-punk. They're really, really good. If you can find any of their records, buy them immediately. Then I found this gem, Grand Funk Survival, and it's even got
classic.
It's even got the 3 inserts, and it's a red label, not a green label, so it's a second pressing, but it sounds so good, man. I can't believe how good that thing sounded when I put it on the turntable. And let's see what else. Oh, I've always been fascinated with this song, but never knew the album. Norman Greenbaum, Spirit in the Sky. That's one of the, if you want to harken back to proto metal and stuff that's heavy, man, that thing is heavy. And the rest of the record is equal to it. I was a little surprised. Go ahead.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. But nobody knows. This guy was just like a pop star, I guess, but not that record. That the song is equal to the record. And here's, I have to shout
from them early days.
Yeah. And I've been listening to a bunch of different stuff. I've been trying all formats too, because I'm really trying to dial in this system in there. So,
Tubular Bells.
Michael Oldfield, Tubular Bells. Did you know he was 19? He just turned 19 when he put this record out.
Yeah, he was young.
I mean, and then here's one I never knew existed: Tangerine Dream Kaleidoscope. I knew that they'd put out 2 7-inches that were more rock oriented without all the synthesizer stuff, but this is a full blown there's some synthesizer in it and some keyboard work in it. This is a full blown psych rock record called Kaleidoscope by Tangerine Dream. And last but not least, Groin Churn. They get the name of the week. Groin Churn from South Africa, and it is exactly what you might think it is. It's brutal grindcore with an actual structure and melody. I really dig it. And they have you can go on to Bandcamp and you can get all 7 or 8 albums for like $8, like $1 a piece. And it's killer. It's, the thing about grindcore, and if you hate it, you hate it, whatever. But if it's done right, it's like at the top of my list. If it's done wrong, I don't even want to. This is right up there with Pig Destroyer, Oath of Cruelty, PLF, Insect Warfare. That would compare to all those. But anyway, like I said, I've been trying a little bit of everything, trying to dial in this one killer system that I now have in the house. And we're still tweaking. I'm going to get another set of speakers tomorrow and see how it works. But anyway, and I got more, but I don't want to hog up all the time. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. I don't care. You're showing great stuff. I got a really cool box sitting right here that's still got tape on it. Kevin sent me a box of records that I haven't been able to open because I want to record a video of it, and let's just say I've been busy. But I got a few things I can show too. That's an awesome album.
Yeah,
great stuff.
I might have showed a couple of these last week quickly, but I don't. But we talked about this one a little bit, but BBC Sessions from Thin Lizzy, and also this was a pickup from Rockadrome. That one, and I'm out of space. And this one here, both picked these both up Rockadrome. This is live and even more dangerous, 76 through 78. And both these things are double albums, and they both have spectacular sound quality.
Rockadrome is known for that good stuff. I mean, they get a lot of good albums in.
And forgive my my ignorance towards Thin Lizzy, but it seems like Live and Dangerous, have they ever put out like the full set?
Yes, I have there's a box set with every show on it.
Okay. Because
I'll grab it in a second.
I was a little disappointed they kind of UFO'd it a little bit and just took bits and pieces and slapped it all together,
That's a lot of way. A lot of the live albums that were Ted Nugent Double Live Gonzo was like that, and
true.
Aerosmith Live Bootleg was like that, and yeah. Anyhow, what else we got here? Let's see. Here's a band I know most of you all hate, and I don't care, but I love the Graveyard Classics series, and this is Graveyard Classics 3 on vinyl. I know people hate 6 Feet Under. Don't give a shit. I like them.
I like what is it? War. What's the War one? War is
the second album.
I can't remember the title of the record.
Yeah, I'll give it to you in a second. I'm doing the same thing.
They have some good elements.
Warpath. There you go.
Warpath. Yeah, I knew I was on the right track.
I had it on tip of my tongue, but I just couldn't get to it. So yeah, that's their second album. But yeah, that whole album, I absolutely love that album. But I love the. I just think these are just so fun, man. They take these classic rock and classic metal tracks and just beat the hell out of them and make them into death metal songs. And I don't know. I just find it fun. And I don't really care.
I wasn't really fond of the AC/DC one though.
I was just going to say I like 2 and I like 1 and 3. The AC/DC one, they'd rather have done a couple AC/DC tracks rather than doing the entire Back in Black album, because it's if you want to hear Back in Black, you're going to put Back in Black on.
Sure.
But this is kind of fun. So you got A Dangerous Meeting, which is Merciful Fate, Metal on Metal, Anvil, The Frayed Ends of Sanity, Metallica, At Dawn They Sleep, Slayer, Not Fragile, Bachman Turner Overdrive, great freaking track, heavy. On Fire, that's Van Halen, I think. Pounding Metal, that's Exciter, Destroyer, Twisted Sister, Psychotherapy, Ramones, and Snap Your Fingers, Snap Your Neck.
Prong.
So that's volume 3. Volume 1 is coming out on vinyl next year, so I'll be getting that one too when it comes out. I don't think anybody's going to put out volume 2 because nobody's going to want to pay all those royalties on those AC/DC songs. So anyhow, this one's freaking fantastic. But the new Hellstar,
Yes.
Yeah, it's on my list.
it's I had to pre-order this one. It's Massacre Records, so it's coming from Germany. It was a little pricey, but I just ordered the black copy on Amazon, and it came right away. So I know there's other colors you can get, but frankly, I could care less about what color the vinyl is as long as it sounds good. So, yeah, I was stupid excited. This one did. I don't know this, but maybe you do. Did Rob master this?
Yes.
I thought so.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, because
His name
I know he
should be on
mastered
there
it.
somewhere, but yeah, he's been doing all that stuff for Larry too on the
Yeah,
side project.
and then I got this dog who's keeps jumping up on top of my lap.
Of course.
Then I don't think this one's new too. I literally just finally got my copy, but the new Patriarchs in Black Home, 4th album from them. Again, sticks with the Sabbathy, doomy vibe. Of course, Dan Lorenzo is from Hades, among others. He's a guitar player in this band, and then the drummer. What's his name?
Johnny Kelly from Typo Negative.
Thank you. Typo Negative and Quiet Riot, among
bands.
others. Yeah. But yeah, this thing's fantastic, and they'll have another new album coming out in 2026 of all cover songs, and I've heard about 8 of the 11 cover songs that are going to be on it, and they're doing some great stuff, like deep cuts by bands like we talked about, like mainstream bands like Kiss and Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, but they're doing like deeper cuts, like Mainline by. Actually, I'm going to tell you because, I was like blown away by some of the stuff that they were recording.
Mainline Rider by Quartz?
No, Kiss, the Mainline, deep cut from Kiss.
I thought you were going deeper. That's nice though.
I was gonna say, man, if you know about Quartz, then you're not as young as I thought you were.
Superstars. I can't ever pronounce that word. The instrumental track with the choir from Sabbath.
Yes,
they're doing that one. They're doing Snowblind. They're doing Almost Human from Kiss. They're doing Strange Ways and Hotter Than Hell. It's going to be a fantastic record. It's going to be probably 12 songs, and it might have one original track, but mostly it's going to be all cover songs. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Nice.
Anyhow, I'm just, as you guys know, I'm a huge Patriarchs in Black fan. So, how about this one? I keep telling. I think I showed it this last week too, but Carcass, man, you got to get this.
Yeah,
it's so freaking good.
Man, budget.
They do Red House by Hendrix here. It's so freaking good. It's 74, so it's before, it's basically Fly to the Rainbow tour. So yeah, it's all Fly to the Rainbow tracks. The only song on here that's not Fly to the Rainbow, other than Hendrix, I don't think Robot Man wasn't on Fly to the Rainbow, was it?
Was that on In Trance?
I think it was, and so they do Speedy's Coming too. So they were playing some new songs on this tour, obviously, because this 74 is pre those albums. Assuming this is right, and this is a Verni pressing, so I'm sure it is. Verni's really good about their special pressings. I'll show one more, and then I'll let it go so you guys can show more stuff because we're running out of time. But I know that Kevin's going to love this one because we've both been hyping this thing up.
Yeah. Yes.
The new Void is it's this. I've been
Killer.
spinning this a lot. To me, these guys, there it is. Everybody keeps calling them. I keep hearing people calling them Exodus clones. I'm like, what the hell are you listening to? You don't sound anything like Exodus to me. It sounds more like Agent Steel or I don't know, Toxic or Realm or those kind of bands, or
And it has some Annihilator vibe in it.
yeah, maybe a little bit of Annihilator or Deliverance, the early Deliverance, that kind of vibe with the high soaring clean vocals and the thrashy riffs, or Law's Rocket, that sound too. So that's kind of what I hear on here. I don't know what you guys think, but that's kind of what I hear.
I think it's a step up from their first one. This one is a little bit more technical, I think, than their first album.
That's like I got this. I wasn't going to show it, but I'll show it. One more special pressing. This is a Raise the Dead, Overkill. This is early live recordings. This is a 2020 special pressing, but it's all that early stuff. And look at the band picture on the back, man.
Is that with Rat Skates and Gustafson and?
Yep, it's got
And Dee Dee Verney.
Rat Skates, Gustafson, Dee Dee Verney, and Bobby Blitz. Yep.
Dee Dee Verney had hair like Brandon's.
Raise the Dead, Rotten to the Core, The Beast Within, There's No Tomorrow, Fear His Name, The Second Son, Death Rider. I haven't actually got to hear this one yet. I don't remember them having a song called Death Rider. Do you?
No, that's an Anthrax song, isn't it?
And no, that's kind of what I'm wondering about. So, or maybe it's mislabeled because this is not a Verney pressing. Feel the Fire, Ain't Nothing to Do, Drum Solo, The Answer, Blood and Iron, Fatalist Swallowed, Kill on Command, and Overkill. Yeah, double album. I thought it was. I thought it was.
They were kind of still into the first two records a little bit on that one.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Exactly. Cool. Anybody else got stuff you want to show? You got anything else you want to show, Brandon?
I think I showed my whole hand. That was like, I'm gonna have to take a loan out to recover.
Brandon blew his load.
I did.
Oh.
Yeah, all of it.
We need to have you on because aren't you? I don't know you personally like John does, but aren't you a comedian?
I am. Yeah, I actually just did the Salem Comedy Festival last week.
Right on.
Which was a lot of fun at the Satanic Church.
Do you have videos up on YouTube? Your comedy stuff?
I do not. I will be trying to post some in the future. It's just like I'm being very picky. Like I'm trying to if I post something, I want it to be like at a club, maybe like a couple camera angles instead of like an iPhone like on a table, recording some shit.
You know what, Brandon? Give yourself some credit. That clip that you sent me, it was like 14 minutes or whatever. That was some funny stuff. That really
I appreciate it, man. Yeah. I've been performing a lot, and I'm hoping to at some point be doing more shows and getting into that headliner territory. So hopefully I have some new stuff up soon. I'll have it on my podcast, Disturbing the Priest, on YouTube. If I do upload anything, it'll be on that. So
cool.
Check that out.
I subbed you when the last time you were on our show. So yeah.
Thanks. It's been a lot of content being put out. I'm very excited because I'm gearing up to do a Megadeth reaction video to Tipping Point, which comes out this Friday. The new single, but my favorite band in thrash metal. So
Megadeth. Is that what you said?
Oh yeah.
Cool. I haven't heard anything. Have you heard the song yet, or you are waiting to hear it?
I'm waiting to hear it because it's gonna, I'll do a full reaction video right when it drops.
All right.
I even got my Sick the Dying and the Dead shirt too right here.
What do you think of the new Dark Angel album?
Pretty good stuff. I've listened to it once, but pretty solid. And I'm hearing some people really like it. Yeah.
I got because I pre-ordered the album. They sent me the downloads, so I don't do downloads, but I went ahead and downloaded it, listened to it once, and I don't know what everybody's complaining about. It sounds like a pretty damn good album to me.
Yeah, I don't get some of the complaints with that at all.
Yeah,
I'm excited for also.
Yeah, I thought so too.
What are they expecting when they hear a new album that from a band that hasn't put anything out in 30 years? I mean, what do they expect?
Yeah, good question.
I thought it was killer.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, I was out bike riding when I was listening to it. So yeah,
could it be? Is it as disappointing as anything Metallica's putting out? No, it's not. It rips.
Yeah,
if Metallica had that same savage attitude that they had 30 years ago, then I would never complain about them. But
I agree.
I'll put
I
the
thought it was
worst
great.
song on that against the best song on 72 Seasons, like any day.
absolutely,
Yeah.
amen, brother.
Hey, TV
Also-
Bleak asked me to read the. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No worries. Just want to shout out the new Testament release. That's,
Oh, I haven't
coming
received
out.
it yet, but the song I heard was great.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
think it's been released yet.
No, it's
Yeah, I
coming
only heard
out.
that one song.
Come out, I think, in 2 weeks.
It's coming out October 10th.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very pumped. Any
I
new
pre-ordered-
Testament is awesome.
From that
Yeah, I saw
first
them.
track. I mean, that thing ripped.
Yeah.
I saw them
Great
with
stuff.
I saw them with Creator and Possessed a few months ago, and I don't know, man. Testament were great. I think Creator stole the show, but I think they were both fantastic. Possessed was. I don't know if they're having a bad night or an off night, but they were not great, unfortunately. But the other two bands were just on. They were just on it.
Well, speaking of thrash, before we get too far away from thrash, Brandon, we did he invited me to be on the Disturbing the Priest podcast, and we had our top five thrash intro tracks, like on an album, and I thought that was pretty fun. Did we get
It'll
any
be out
market?
this Friday.
That'll be out
too.
this Friday. Yeah, check for that. That was a fun episode. It's always fun to be on with you because you got such an eclectic crowd. We didn't have the mega crowd that we had for the one prior to that, but that was pretty fun.
It was a pretty diverse panel for sure. A lot of interesting characters on it. But yeah, that will be out this Friday. Really, really fun stuff. I'm trying to do more panels in the future, so
cool.
I'll let this whole Metal Roundtable panel know as well, because love to get you guys on the show as well.
Yeah, they're awesome, and
Yeah.
the subjects are. I thought it would be easy, but man, that was not an easy one because there's so
It was
much.
hard.
Yeah,
It took forever for someone to say Holy Wars too, which was very offensive to me
well,
personally.
I didn't because I knew you probably would, but that's no excuse. You're right.
Okay, you got it. Okay, Brandon, you got to go on YouTube, and there's this lady called her channel's called The Vocalist, and Vocalist is a Y instead of an I, and she's a classically trained musician, classically trained vocalist, and she listens to songs she's never heard before. Go listen to her Megadeth one. It's astounding. She's actually amazing at Dave's. I thought she'd just tear him apart. She loved it. I was surprised.
Okay. Because I was
really
about to say,
watching.
I know
It's
Dave
worth
sucks
watching.
as a singer, but I don't need to know how bad he is on like a technical level, but that's
No,
cool.
she was talking about the voice things and the things he was doing with his voice and how he was doing it. And I thought it was because I watched that one, then I watched her do a Slayer one. I was like, oh, she's gonna hate this. She loved it.
That's
She's like
awesome.
she's talking about all different things to do with their voices and how he was doing it and talking about how he's forming it and what parts of his body he was using to get sounds. I thought it was fantastic. So yeah, it's called The Vocalist and it's a Y instead of an I. So hey, real
I'll
quick
check
before we
that
keep
out.
going on, we had I can't remember which person asked, but we had somebody asked me to read the BBC Sessions track list. So I'm gonna do that real quick. It's Bad Reputation, Killer Without a Cause, Dancing in the Moonlight, Downtown Sundown, The Woman's Gonna Break Your Heart, Johnny, Fool's Gold, Johnny the Fox meets Jimmy the Weed, Don't Believe a Word, Jailbreak, Emerald, Cowboy Song, Warrior. That's such a great song. Suicide, Half Caste, which they have listed on here as Half Castle. Anyhow, Rosalie, Banshee, Dear Heart, Shalala, Philomena, Black Boys in the Corner, Cinemonia, Little Darling, She Knows, It's Only Money, Still in Love with You, Showdown, Rock and Roll with You, and Baby Drives Me Crazy. So that's the list, and I'll put it here so you can pause the video if you really want to see more. There you go.
A lot of songs.
And then
Solid-ass.
and John, there's a question on there for you too from someone
Yeah,
watching.
I didn't do the everything has gone AI now. But I did do the Santa Oscuridad thing for Larry. That's his Spanish hard rock metal project on the side, Santa Oscuridad, and he continues to love my rotting nun idea. So that's what we keep doing on all three of those.
Super Czar. Is that how you say? I've always had trouble saying that song.
Super Czar.
I think it
instead
is
of
Super
Superstar.
Czar, yeah.
Super Czar. Yeah. I got behind on the comments. Sorry, guys. But anyhow,
Well, I was gonna say part of what I asked about yesterday is what are we excited about happening in the future of music, I got a whole list. Oh, I got several things on the list. You want me to
I got a
lay it out
bunch.
there?
Yeah. Go
How
for
about
it.
a New Blood Incantation? They have a new music coming out in next year. No date has been set, but they're in the studio recording, and it's probably going to be something reminiscent of their last thing. They may release an EP that's the ambient stuff that drives people nuts, but I absolutely love it.
Love it.
There's a band from Australia. I didn't see Mark Massacre here from Melbourne, but a band called Depravity, Rot in the Pit on Transcending Obscurity Records. That may shoot to the top of my at least top 10 for 2025. Gamicide's going out on tour. They're leaving next week or this weekend, and they're going to do a couple of weeks out on the road. So if you get a chance, they're going to do some shows in New York, Brandon. So I don't know if that's worth your drive. They're doing one in Buffalo and one in New York City itself, and it would be worth the drive. And they absolutely rip.
Is that where you live, New York?
No, I'm like outside of Boston, but
Oh, okay.
it'd be like a 3.5 hour drive, maybe 3. So
That's
it's
not bad.
doable. It's more of like, I think I would just like take the train in or like a bus or something. But yeah.
Well, if you're going to go, let me know, and I'll make sure that you can defer some of the cost, if you know what I mean.
I appreciate it.
New Necrotic Altar, one of my favorite bands that I discovered when I was on the Pentagram tour in Springfield, Missouri, of all places, and they did not fit the bill, but I'm glad they played anyway because they were absolutely brutal. I'm going to actually talk to Nolan Ripper. Nothing is more metal than a name like Nolan Ripper. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow. He's the second guitarist. And then Scott and I can be really super excited about the new Osric Tentacles, the Magic Valley 10-disc and book anthology set coming out, I think in November, right?
That's what it said. Yep.
Yeah, November.
It's not cheap though. It was like what, 125, 150 bucks.
125 bucks, but it's 10 discs, man, and a 96-page book, full color book,
and a DVD, I think too,
and
or
a DVD.
or
So
a Blu-ray or something like
whatever
that.
they put out is worth having. And if you don't have the whole collection and all the other miscellaneous stuff, that would be a good place to start because they have never put out a bad record. And then I was going to say, I'm excited to see more episodes of Disturbing the Priest.
Thank you.
Right on.
That warms my heart.
Because those are great. No, those are great. I started watching the ones, even not the ones I'm on, but other ones. And man, you got a ton of guests, dude. You have a knack for at least having interesting people on.
I have some weird ass guests. I've had the whole band of Void on the show. And it was just so cool talking to them. Yeah, they're all like a lot. So I think the youngest one is like 16 or 17. It's fucking crazy. It reminds me of like Death Angel a little bit. You know how like their first record, they were all like super young, but their whole like gothic thrash thing going on is so cool. But I appreciate it, man. I've like, there's so much to dig through in my, like, I've had way too many episodes.
Anyway, well, we're sitting at an hour. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just to shout out, new Forbidden record coming out in October, I think.
Have you heard the new vocalist?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's good.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good. Just very like typical, like harder thrash in terms of like a vocalist, like a more harsher vocalist, but I dig it. I think it fits really well.
Is it speed metal or is it? I'm just kidding.
Shannon's asking about what does everybody think of the new? He said new Garbage Creator song, but has everybody heard it?
I haven't.
I haven't heard it yet. I tend to buy everything they put out, but
you may want to just save your wallet this time. If that's if that's any indication of the rest of the record, I haven't bought the last 2 albums that came out. I thought they were just regurgitated average.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know.
Also, when I saw them live though, they were fantastic live, but they played a mixture of old stuff and new, so they were great.
Sure, I saw Metallica live too, and they played a mixture of old and new, and they were great.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't buy 72 Seasons. I wouldn't buy anything from them now. But to your point, live is a different experience. That's why I think it's great that bands still tour, even if their new record sucks. So, in my opinion.
Also, if there's any doom metal fans here, they're re-releasing the Mephistopheles stuff. One of like the best stoner doom bands right now. Just excellent stuff. They have Satan's Sex Ceremonies, which is one of my favorite records of theirs. I'm Heroin, just great stuff. Check out Mephistopheles if you like doom metal.
They're pretty heavy.
Very, very heavy. Great stuff.
They make Electric Wizard look like the Osmond Brothers. They're that heavy.
Yeah.
Do you have Lulu in your collection there? Someone asked.
Remember what I said? Henry offered me $50 if I could start at the beginning and listen to the whole thing all the way through. And at this point, I still owe him $50. I just can't. I can't get. I'm a table. I just can't. Man, I'm like, what in the world are they thinking? And I love Lou Reed, and I used to really like Metallica, but
there's a song.
And then to listen to Lars complain that the public is too stupid to understand the genius of the record. I read an interview, and he basically said, "You guys are idiots for not understanding why we did this record with this great artist." Huh, man, you got a lot of nerve, pal. But anyway. Oh, yes.
And the record's like an hour and a half, too, right?
It's 2 discs.
Yeah.
Like all their records, it's like all their songs are 7 or 20 minutes. Now, instead of having 3 really good songs, they have 1 really mediocre song.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever. Whatever.
I'm sure they're just to the point now where it's all yes, man. I'm sure they don't have a producer who can tell them, nope, that sucks. Let's change it.
Yeah, I wish they did, but they don't.
Dave Mustaine back in the band.
That would be awesome.
Hey, Megadeth's ending.
Yeah. So. Well, and I've always said that Metallica fired their best songwriter and best riff writer in Mustaine, and when Cliff Burton died, they lost their soul, and then they just became like a rudderless ship.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, they did pretty well for themselves for a few years, even if you don't like the Black Album.
I mean, look, popularity is a different animal than greatness.
Completely. Yep.
Popular doesn't mean you're great. Popular means you're popular.
Good for them. I mean, I played in bands for decades, and I would, if one of my bands would have had been able to make millions of dollars like Metallica did, I cannot say that I wouldn't have done the same.
And I don't fault them for trying to make $1 million. I don't. Not at all.
So I don't blame them, but it doesn't mean I have to like what they're putting out.
I can't lie. I do like Death Magnetic. I think if that was like you could say that's maybe their last like good album.
I agree.
If they would, I think on Death Magnetic, if they would have just taken the best 8-10 songs, it would have been a spectacular album. Instead, they crammed all this crap that didn't need to be on there.
Dude, like My Apocalypse off that album is so good. So
that Motorhead tribute song was great. There was several really good songs on there, but there was just a bunch of filler.
Yeah,
the shorter songs and better production, and Rick Rubin's a fraud. But anyway, that's my opinion.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll drink to the ending of the show. Thanks again for joining us, Brandon.
It's right on.
Anytime. Yeah, of course.
So you can find Brandon on his obviously on YouTube. We've been talking about it. So where else can they find
Spotify? And Spotify, Disturbing the Priest. It is a podcast, so anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find it. And yeah, if you're interested in my comedy, it's Brandon Battick, Battick on Instagram. Check me out. And thank you.
Cool.
Funny guy.
And let me get to our little banners here. So I'll put on your little banner there for you, John. Where can they find you at?
At Carcass John Art on Instagram, or on the In the Crypt on 128 DB Rock, or also tonight at 10 o'clock is a new episode of my alter ego, where I play some really eclectic rock, jazz, fusion tracks like Todd Rundgren's Utopia, Elephant Jim, Voivod, Bland Bladen, some other killer bands. So I don't play what you're going to hear on the radio. You're going to hear stuff you've never probably heard on the radio. So that's my thing.
Right on. And Kev, you're still doing your YouTube channel. Where can they find you at?
Of course, YouTube, and you can go over to my Facebook and also my Metal Uprising site, which is very popular right now. So check it out.
Yeah. And that's your Metal Uprising site is on Facebook, correct?
On Facebook as well, yes.
Yep. Thought so. Is the Metal Rising show outside of Facebook? Is there something else, or is it just Facebook?
Just Facebook.
All right.
Well, I used to do the radio show, but I haven't done radio in about 3 years. So
right on. Well, you can find me on Instagram at No Life to Metal. You can find me on YouTube at No Life to Metal or Scott Waters. You can pretty much find me anywhere. Just look up my name. Easy to find. And then there's Steve who goes to this tonight. I have no idea. He said he's going to be here, so I'm a little wondering what happened to him. He probably got stuck at work. Federal employee, you know. It's a scary time for federal employees because if they do that government shutdown thing, yeah, he may not have a paycheck.
He can be
right?
on every episode for the rest of his days.
Yeah, right. It could be. We'll see. Anyhow, so yeah, we appreciate you coming on, Brandon. Thanks. You're always welcome. So if there's ever a topic you wanted to discuss, on here with a bunch of old guys, man, you're more than welcome. So
I'd really love to do something around British New Wave, and it's just a genre I love. It's like on my podcast, I've had so many new wave of British heavy metal artists, so I'm always down to talk about it. Underrated albums, underrated tracks, whatever. Top
that's
5,
awesome. I love that
anything.
stuff.
Yeah,
I think a lot of the best. I think a lot of the best stuff was on 7-inch that came out of that era.
Yeah. Neat records.
Or a lot of it.
Well, yes. I know a guy. We all know a guy, Rodney Dunsmore, who probably. I think someone mentioned to me that he has everything that. I guess there's a book or a catalog that has every release that's new wave of British heavy metal, and I think he's got every one of them.
Oh yeah, he's and multiple copies of some of it,
and multiple copies of some, and then
you got this, Brandon.
Yes.
No, I do. I don't have a physical copy of it, but it's on the list.
It's just a CD box set, but it's not real expensive. It's worth getting if you're into the whole new wave of British heavy metal things. All systems go, neat records.
On Spotify, I've listened to like the singles collection, but yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah, it's literally all
do that. Maybe we
call literally all the singles that in order that they were released from. All the singles that were released on Neat Records back in the day.
All right, yeah.
So it's not real expensive. It's I think it was like $20, and it's like 4 discs, and it's got a book in it too. I believe.
It's on my list now.
So maybe we call Rodney and see if we can get Rob Doom McNeese on, and those guys know more about the new wave of British heavy metal than I don't know. Maybe get Paul Gaskin on. I know him too.
I'd love to get Rodney on just to have him show us some of his rare singles and stuff like that.
He's amazing when he's got a huge, and he actually pared it down a little bit. He sold a ton of stuff at the Austin Record Convention the last time they had it, and so I don't know what. I'm sure he didn't get rid of the pinnacles of his collection, but I'm
sure.
I guess a 28 by 22 record room isn't quite big enough for some people. And his place literally does look like a record store. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've seen the video. There's videos of him in his record room. I've seen him. So yeah. We're way over time. So let's call it a day. And you guys know how we finish it off. So for episode number 284, for metal.
Will.
Prevail. You gotta look all bad.